Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. It is me, Kathy Tyler, aka the Giant Slaying Mama. So I am out on a walk with my babe. It is a gorgeous summer night, and I just wanted to get on here and perhaps talk to some moms, some first-time moms that are scared out of their minds. Yeah, scared out of their minds. I know that you are out there because I was definitely one of them. The thought of any complications arising from anything. I mean, having a baby is like traumatic. It's insane. It's nuts. And I don't know how people do it without meds. I absolutely required medication for sure. Yeah, kudos to you guys. You natural mamas. Whew. Nope, I could barely do it with the meds. So I don't know if I have a little pain tolerance or what, but okay. So my mom, little backstory here. My mom has been dead or passed away for about, I think, 11 years now. Yeah, 11 years. And most women, when they're having their first baby, they have their mom to kind of support them and tell them what to expect and all that. Well, obviously I did not have that. So, I mean, I have friends, I have people that have had kids and, you know, all that and whatever. I have all the support in the world for the most part, but nothing is like your mom. So I was missing my mom big time, and it's scary to think of going through that without your mom. It just is. Anyway, I didn't know if I was having contractions or not. I thought maybe I was, or something was going on. So I told my husband, I think these might be contractions. And so we went to the hospital at like, I don't know, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or so. And the people at the hospital were like, you're okay. They're like, you're okay. You can go home. You're fine. You don't need to worry about anything. If you're having contractions, just come back. I mean, keep an eye on it, but just come back. You're okay. So that was terrifying to me. They're like, you're fine. Well, the thing was, earlier that day, I had an OB appointment, and she wanted to check my cervix, see how that was going. Well, when she did that, it hurt so bad that I thought I screamed, because it was awful, just awful. So I was like, maybe she did something. Maybe that did it. Maybe that started whatever. And we think, to this day, we think it probably did. But, so at the hospital, they were like, no, you're fine. We went home around 4 or 5 a.m. And I was like, Ryan, I need some Starbucks. I need some banana bread and a hot chocolate. Okay, I do. I need some banana bread and hot chocolate. So he reluctantly took me to Starbucks at 5 a.m. And he still talks about it to this day, okay? Took me there. I had my fill. Went home. Slept a few hours. And then I was up around 8 or 9, I think. And those contractions, they started. And it was like a weird, sharp pain. And I had never experienced that. So I was like, what's this? Is this a contraction? Is this it? And I ended up talking to a lady I know, and she's like, yes, that's it. These are contractions. I think you're going into labor. And I'm like, oh no. So I called my OB office, and they're like, okay, count how many minutes apart they are, and if you get to like, what was it, either 2 minutes apart or 30 seconds apart, or I think it was 30 seconds apart, then you go to the hospital. Yeah, those suckers started coming, and it was awful, and I felt like I was gonna die. Yeah, I don't know if birth pain is exacerbated by uterine didelphys, having two uteruses. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just a wimp. I don't know if my pain tolerance is really low because I'm a redhead. I have no idea. All I know is that it was awful. And so I'm at my house. She's like, okay, she's literally counting the minutes and whatnot. And she's like, okay, it's time to go to the hospital now. I was like, oh my gosh. So I got my husband up and I said, we gotta go to the hospital. These are contractions and I'm having this baby. He's like freaked out. I know he was. So we get to the hospital and they try telling me I'm not in labor. I was like, I'm not leaving. I am not leaving. Like, they wanted to be like, you're fine. Well, no, I wasn't fine. And no, I don't just have pain like this for the heck of it. I don't, that's not a normal thing for me. I don't fake this crap. I don't, whatever. So they ended up admitting me, thank God. And I think like 4 hours, it altogether it was like 4 hours after getting there that I got my epidural. And after that epidural, whew, smooth sailing. Let me tell you, smooth sailing after the epidural. So, ladies, if you're out there and you're freaked out and you definitely want the drugs, I highly recommend the epidural. I absolutely do. I know it's a little terrifying to think about a needle going into your spine, but it was glorious, just glorious, because those contractions were awful, just awful. I can't even sugarcoat those for you. I cannot sugarcoat those. All right, so I had that done. I couldn't feel my legs. That's a thing. You cannot feel your legs with the epidural for the most part. They wanted me to get on all fours in the hospital bed, to, like, I don't know, move the baby in position or something like that. And I could not do it hardly. And then once I got on all fours and did whatever they wanted, I think I was just supposed to stay there for what seemed an eternity. Okay. And then I was supposed to go back on my side or something. And I couldn't do it. I had to have my cousin, bless her heart, had to have my cousin get me at the angle. Or no, she like literally pulled me up into the bed to get me back to normal in there, because I couldn't do it on my own. And the nurses, bless their hearts, they couldn't really help me, I guess. I don't know. So, I ended up having the baby. I pushed for about an hour. Apparently there's pressure that can build up in your ears when that happens. So when that happened, I couldn't hear anything for like an hour afterward. No, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear anything for like a day afterwards. So doctors would come in to talk to me. People would come in and I'd be like, huh? I can't hear you, huh? And nobody told me that it was like a pressure thing. I thought, oh my gosh, here we go. I'm having problems again. Anyway, had the baby, or I was about to. I was pushing and pushing, and then they're like, hey, the baby's trying to find, all right, I'm going a little over 10 minutes, but they're like, the baby is trying to find her way out. She's trying to get out, but of the wrong cervix. She's trying to get out the wrong way. And she's like pushing, trying to figure out where to go. I'm like, oh boy. And then they go, yeah, and you've got kind of an elevated fever, and she seems to have an elevated fever, so this is a problem. And I was like, oh crap. And they wanted to do a C-section on me initially, but my doctor was like, no, let's see if she can push the baby out. So thankfully she did that, and worked out fine. But the fever was an issue, so I was trying to push as fast as I could and hard as I could, because I wanted her out and to be okay. So that's how that went. And she was born. They took her away within a matter of minutes to go get an IV and get all fixed up. She was okay. It was fine. I was exhausted, but once she was out, I had no pain, no more contractions. I mean, I had the normal, like, oh, I just had a baby kind of stuff going on, but those contractions, they're legit. I will tell you that. So if you are getting close to your due date and you're ooh, that was almost an accident. Okay, if you're getting close to your due date and you are scared to death, I just want to tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. It's hard work, and you will want to die, more than likely, unless you're one of those lucky people that the baby just comes right out. But if you're not, and you have to push, it's a thing. But doctors have gotten pretty good at all this. It's not like the Middle Ages where all the babies are not making it because people don't know what they're doing, and they have amazing ways of making sure that you're okay and your baby's okay. So everything's gonna be all right. I just want to pray for the moms right now that are about to have their babies. Yeah, I think that would be nice. God, I just ask that you would touch those moms right now, that you would touch their hearts and their bodies, and God, that you would calm their fears and help them to trust you. Help them to trust you as they get ready to shoot this baby out. God, help them to trust you, and all that. In Jesus' name.